bass freestyle. And I never like a cheap smile. And I always want to keep a bitch cheap style. And I never want to keep a bitch cheap life. And a bitch want to tell me about a pop life. So a bitch want to tell me about a nice life. And she always want to tell me about a night light. And she never want to tell me about a good right. And she always want to tell me how to get right. And a bitch that never meet me on a good night. And she always want to tell me about that one night. And a bitch want to tell me about a one track. And a nigga want to tell me about the comeback. And a bitch want to tell me just to come back. And a nigga want to tell me just to have that. And I never want to give a bitch two spins. And a nigga want to meet me with his two friends. And a bitch want to meet me with his two lives. And a nigga want to give me with his two eyes. And a nigga look like God in his mood live. And a nigga think he God on a new live. And a nigga think he God in a new day. And a bitch wanna pop on a new wave. And a nigga wanna get himself a new wave. And a bitch wanna catch him on a new wave. And a nigga wanna see him on his two spins. And a bitch wanna pop with his two friends. And a nigga wanna get it with his two hoes. And a nigga wanna have it with his mood clothes. And a nigga wanna change him with his mood clothes. And a nigga wanna have it with his old clothes. And a nigga wanna have it with his old spins. And a nigga wanna get it with his old friends. And a bitch wanna pop it with his old times. And a nigga wanna get it on his low lives. And a nigga think he God, so he going crazy. And God talking to him, so a nigga lazy. And God moving through him, so a bitch is popping. And God talking to him, so a nigga stopping. And God saying God, so a nigga say it. And God saying Jesus, so a nigga spread. And God said the devil, so a nigga said. And a bitch wanna pop, so a nigga spread. And a bitch wanna have it, so a nigga do it. And a bitch wanna pop, so a nigga move it. And a nigga wanna have it, so a bitch crazy. And a nigga wanna have it, so a bitch lazy. So a bitch wanna call me and she call me crazy. And a bitch wanna call me, so she call me lazy. And a bitch wanna call me, so she call me hazy. And a bitch wanna pop, so she call me in. And a nigga don't stop, so they call me in. And a bitch wanna pop, so she pop again. And a nigga think he God, so a bitch move. And a nigga on his tune, so a bitch rude. And a nigga in his spin, so a bitch in. And a nigga talking shit, so the bitch in. And a nigga think he God, so a bitch go. And a nigga think he God, so a bitch go. And a bitch wanna pop, so she going in. And a nigga think he God, so he going in. And niggas know I'm God, so a bitch in. And niggas know I'm God, so a bitch in. And niggas know I'm God, so a bitch go. And a bitch wanna pop, so my niggas on. Lil Yachty.